Student response systems have become very popular for classrooms whenever teachers need to just give a very quick assessment in a formative manner. Just take a temperature check of what the students are gathering from the lesson and being able to adjust their instructional strategies based on that information. Plickers is a new student response system that is great because you do not need to have your students in a one-to-one device situation to be able to use them. To use Plickers, the only thing that you have to do is create a free account on plickers.com, set up your class, which I will show you how to do, and then print out the cards that go along with the classes you've set up. You're going to use those with the app on your phone or your tablet to be able to scan. And it looks like this. So as you can see, I am just walking around the classroom using my phone with the app loaded to scan the QR codes that the students are holding up. As I scan, I have the option to display live data. Once I've created my account, from this site, I will go to where it says Classes, and then I will just add in my new class. So, for example, I will click here, complete the information, and then put in my students' names. And so on. If I teach multiple classrooms, then I am going to set up a new class for every hour or every block that I teach. You can see here that in my test class that I just created, I have 5 students. And look here where it says available cards. That means that these students own those cards there. So let's say that George moves. If I delete him, now I have his number available again. So I can give that number to another student. Keep in mind that the system is the one that decides who has what number, and it's just based on the order that you type in your students' names. Now that you have your students in the system, you're ready to print the cards. You go over here to where it says Cards, click, and you can just choose the standard. On standard, it will look like this. 2 QR codes per page that you can just cut in half, and then you can see here that it has the number associated with that student around the edges. And what students will do is just turn the card so that if they want to answer C, the C is facing up. If they want to answer A, the A is facing up. So the card is the only thing that the students will need. You can just print these out right here. Recommendations are that you would print this on tag board or cardstock so it gives just a little bit more rigidity to the way that the kids are holding it up. They can't bend them. The other thing that I would recommend, and you may have noticed this in the classroom example, I had the letters written on the back so that way the kids wouldn't get them turned upside down or backwards as easily because they could see the same thing from the front that they could on the back. Advice that I have heard is not to laminate these because the sheen of the lamination will interfere with the camera's ability to read it. If you've used student response systems before, you're aware that you need to develop a test bank or a question bank. I'm going to click where it says Library, and then I type my question. So how about, and then my multiple choice answers are going to be yes or no. I don't need questions C and D, so I'm just going to delete those, and then I hit save. Whenever I do this, it asks me what class I want to use this with, and I want to use this with my test class. I can type another question. So let's say that this question was not so much of an opinion question, but it had a correct answer. I would go over here and click correct, then hit save, and then hit the test. I would just continue adding in my questions as I have them. And the great thing about this is I can add a question in on the fly very, very quickly. So that way I can take a very quick temperature check of my class, even if I haven't planned that out. Sometimes, as teachers know, we just need to see if students really are understanding what we're providing to them. And that is a very quick way that you can give that formative assessment. Once I have all of that done, I'm ready to give my assessment to my students. And all I do is grab my mobile device, open the app, select my class, and then question by question choose. Time can elapse between asking questions. And as I'm scanning, you'll see that the students' names appear in the screen just like it does here. And then I have two different ways that I can display data on my mobile device as I'm collecting it. The best thing a student told me about using Plickers was if I could have fun learning, I would enjoy school more. Plickers is a great engagement tool, and it also provides teachers with data that they need to use in their classroom.